What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. It's your girl Lauren.
It's your girl Steph.
Journey in the cut, but yeah, y'all already know. All right, y'all, before we get into this video, we do need y'all to like this video up, comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and do not forget to hit that post notification bell down below so that you guys never miss a video. We will be posting a lot more, so make sure that you have that turned on, okay? That's first things first.
Yeah, and I know we always say we're gonna be posting a lot more, but seriously, y'all, we're gonna be posting a lot more. So.
For sure.
All right, y'all, so today we're gonna be talking about Journey's speech.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of y'all probably don't even have like questions yet because we kind of haven't addressed anything, or y'all haven't probably heard much of her talking or anything like that, so y'all probably wouldn't even know. So today we're just gonna be talking about her speech. Is she talking? Is she not talking? What's going on? So.
Yeah, and honestly, y'all, this took us a little minute to make this video. I'm not gonna lie, okay? We're going through a little, not like going through, because it ain't like crazy, but you know what I'm saying? We've been dealing with this for about 6 months now, maybe like 7 months. I don't know. I'm saying the help that she's getting now, we've been dealing with that for 6 months, so we're getting that for 6 months. So.
Yeah, y'all. So Journey has a speech delay.
Yes.
For now, it's a speech delay. She's not diagnosed with anything else as of right now. All she has that we know of is a speech delay. Obviously, a lot of kids with speech delay, a lot of the times, like your kid's pediatrician or whoever is gonna bring up the autism word.
Yes, and we say that because we know probably we're gonna get a lot of people who bring that word up because they're gonna be like, oh, you should look in, like, we get that, and we get that you're concerned or whatever, but you know what I'm saying, like, we are her parents, and trust me, we've researched everything and we've seen the signs and all of that, so trust me, we have looked into it, and yeah, but she's just a little too young for us right now to get a diagnosis.
Even though some kids do get a diagnosis at an early age, for us, we want to wait at least until she's 3. And yeah, so it's not like we're just completely like oblivious to the fact that a speech delay could potentially be, you know, a sign of autism. Not all the time, but it could be. But we are well aware, we know, and then when the time comes, when she's around 3 years old, we're gonna officially see if she is.
We'll get her evaluated
or not. As of right now, she is getting speech therapy. She has 2 different therapists that come to our house and they work with her for an hour. And yeah, she's been seeing them for a couple months now.
Yeah, so since we did move, she actually got 2 new therapists, which was honestly a blessing in disguise because nothing was wrong with her other therapists, but I feel like she's like messing with these ones a little bit more, and like they're kind of like getting a little bit more out of her. And I don't know if it's just because like energy wise or just because like the more time has gone on, like I don't know, but I feel like they're getting a little bit more out of her than the other one, so that was low-key a blessing.
From what got us to the point of having a speech therapist for her was around, I would say like around maybe like 2 or maybe a little bit before that, we were kind of noticing that she wasn't really talking much.
Yeah, it was before that,
she wasn't really talking much, and we kind of like, you know, fell a little victim to comparing her to other 2-year-olds that we were seeing kind of more talkative and kind of talking in like 1 to 2 words and, you know, little sentences or whatever. So I kind of was like, yeah, I think, well, we both kind of like thought like, you know, she might have a little delay, or we were kind of concerned that she wasn't really hitting her milestones as far as speech was going, because everything else, she's
everything else,
hitting everything else physically, whatever, you know, she pretty much. Yeah, for her speech, we did see like some regression because when she was a little younger, she used to kind of like, you know, if we were to show her a little picture of whatever, she would kind of say what it was, and then we just noticed that she started kind of regressing as time went on, which obviously your child's supposed to be progressing, not regressing. So
yeah, and not to like jump to but I just want to hint on that a little bit, like not that she doesn't know what stuff is, it's just she's saying it. Yeah, but we'll get into that later. Like she knows what it is though, for sure. So it's like,
yeah, she's extremely smart. She knows. She's just.
It was just more so the regression of getting her to say it,
to say things and to express what she needs and stuff like that.
But we'll get into that though.
As far as that, we did see a regression that she wasn't really speaking. She wasn't telling us like the things that she needed. She wasn't saying like, oh, like eat hungry milk, nothing like that. She just wasn't really saying much. So at some point, like around her second year appointment at her pediatrician, we did bring it up to our pediatrician, and of course our pediatrician did seem a little concerned as far as like, oh, could be, the autism thing, because I feel like they always kind of bring that up when your child is not hitting a speech, milestone when they're supposed to be speaking.
Yeah. If a pediatrician or whoever says it, please get a second opinion, because I will say, for some reason, the doctor industry loves to throw that word around on little kids, and I'm not, be aware of it, of course, like let it be in the back of your head, whatever, but see an expert about it and just don't jump to conclusions, especially at a young age.
Yeah, I think it could be autism, something else, and it's really not. Sometimes your kids completely grow out of these things and they're completely fine, which could be her case. We don't know that, so we're just saying like. A speech delay isn't automatically something's wrong and your kid has autism or whatever. They can just completely be late talkers, talk when they want to talk, and they grow out of it. So we're also aware of that. So from there, our pediatrician did refer us to a program, and they evaluated her, and then they said, she has a speech delay. We're gonna get her, with some therapists, and that's how we went about it. So if you're concerned about your kid's speech, even if they're not even 2 yet, because some kids, if you're just concerned in general, like, oh, I think they should be talking by now, whatever, go to your pediatrician and ask them for a referral to, so they can get your kid evaluated, and then they'll tell you if your kid should be or needs speech therapy, because that's how we went about it. Yeah,
and we also understand that kids learn on their own time, and I know a lot of people are going to say kids are going to talk when they want to talk, and I get that, but we just, as her parents, seen certain things that just wasn't really aligning with where we wanted her to be at, and we know that she needed something, and obviously the people in the program and the therapist confirmed that. So she is getting early intervention help. She does see a speech therapist and a developmental therapist, I think it is, which is, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think they more so focus on like play and like developing that way, because she doesn't see a lot of people outside of us, so her social skills are delayed as well. And I think that's pretty normal, being so she's not around a lot of people. So they work on her with that. So one therapist focuses on speech and the other focuses on something else, but they kind of do go hand in hand a little bit, like, honestly. But so we are obviously getting her the help that she needs. We're pretty active on that. Also, we do stuff, because the speech therapists, they kind of teach us what we should be doing, so we kind of become the therapist too when the speech therapists are not there. We at home, we do things with her, we practice, play, whatever, and engage with her to talk more, which in the last couple months she's been doing a lot better than she was before. Much better, bro. Like, we're gonna talk about her progress at the end. I feel like we should leave that for last, because that's like the best news. But on top of that, so she has the speech therapist, she has the developmental therapist. She may get one more, maybe, I don't know. We're kind of debating on the other one, the occupational therapy. But we'll see. I don't know. I think that's more so, she might not, to be honest. But and she will be entering a group therapy.
We're like a group of like kids, probably 4 or 5 other kids that are dealing with kind of the same thing she is, and then they're gonna be in a class together, and they get to do whatever they do with the kids.
And we just think that'd be good for her, because again, she's not around a lot of people, she's not around a lot of other kids, so that would be like, honestly, probably the best thing for her, because she'll be doing her therapy, but she'll also be around other kids, so she'll probably get the, opportunity to interact with them, or just like see other kids do things to maybe she would want to copy it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's how a lot of kids learn, like by copying what other kids do, or like their parents do. So,
and also, like, as far as Journey goes, like, she's very like chatty, or she's always talking or whatever. The thing is, she's not really saying words a lot. She doesn't communicate with us. They call it expressive language. She doesn't tell us what she needs. If we tell her something she really doesn't understand. She's getting better though, because we finally got her to like understand, like if we want her to throw something in the trash, she throws it in the trash now and stuff like that, which before she would have no clue. She would not even respond to her name.
Yeah.
And we got her to respond to her name just by being consistent, doing little exercises. Positive reinforcement is a big one if you're trying to get your kid to talk. Positive reinforcement. So she's progressing, obviously. It's just not at the level she should be in.
And that's even hard to say because I don't know. I think ever since learning about this, I kind of hate the milestone things because kids really do learn at a different pace. But sometimes you can see like the delay.
And then you also like with the autism thing, even though she's not diagnosed, we do see a few signs of it. And with autism, I think a lot of people and parents get scared of like, oh my God, I don't want my child to have autism, or they think of autism as a like they're completely like disabled, like they can't do things for themselves. It's a spectrum and there's like different levels to it. Just because your kid has autism doesn't mean that they're gonna just be, you know, they're gonna need you for the rest of their life. In some cases they do, in some cases they don't, so it's not completely like, oh, like I'm freaking out, like what if she has autism? No, because she's still, I think, she does whatever. She doesn't really, you know.
She's making a lot of progress.
She's making a lot of progress.
I think at first we kind of like worried a lot about it because in our heads we were like, oh my goodness, like does she have autism? I'm not saying anything's wrong with it, but as a parent you are kind of like trying to figure out, okay, what do we need to do? How do we get her into this? How do we, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot to process. And I think that's why it took us so long to like make this video, but we also realized that like this could help a lot of people. So like, but so I think she'll be fine. But to break it down to more technical terms, y'all, this might be a little long video because it's like, I feel like we've done so much like research on it and let's like learn so much things. So technically what Journey has, and this is not like, this is what her therapist says. It's not like no medical diagnosis or anything. It's just, you know, whatever. But she has something called, tell me if I pronounce it right, Gestalt learning or Gestalt.
Is it Gestalt or Gestalt?
Gestalt, I don't know, yo. I'm a popular.
She's a Gestalt learner
processor,
which means that she learns phrases
rather than
single words, and she puts these phrases together. And a lot of the times it's like from TV shows, movies, stuff like that. So they'll memorize a phrase and they'll just kind of apply it to whatever they're thinking in their head that it means.
Or even if we say a phrase, like she will learn that phrase. And then we basically have to get her to break the phrase down, which is obviously way harder than a kid who just learns a word and then builds their sentence.
So like, for example, let's just say like, if she was to want to say, like a kid wants to tell their parent, I love you, right? She doesn't know how to just say, I love you. She'll remember something from a song like, I love you, you love me. And she'll sing that song. And it's kind of like having to figure out, what is she trying to tell us? Is she trying to tell us that she loves us? And that's why she's randomly singing a song.
But obviously she's saying that she's saying I love you. But that was like a weird example. But
no,
I get what you're saying.
That's kind of how it is though. They process it in that way where they learn these phrases and then they don't necessarily kind of know what it means. And then, but when they do start learning what it means, they kind of just use those phrases instead of using individual words to describe what they mean. So she's a Gestalt learner.
Yeah, she also has something called delayed
echolalia. Echolalia, something like that, where it's like repeating stuff, like echoing, basically like if you to say something, she won't repeat it right away. She might repeat it like 5 minutes later.
Or sometimes she might repeat it the next day.
So if your child, like, if you suspect your child has a speech delay, which you're not really communicating with you, but they are good at singing songs and remembering stuff, but they just don't apply it, they don't like express the things that they're learning, they could have that, which is the what's it called, delayed echolalia and the Gestalt learning thing.
That was one of the things we seen. Like, we thought she was okay at first because she was singing songs. We're like, she got words.
Yeah, she had hella words. She remembers all these. Yeah, she was singing freaking Frozen song, word for word. She's singing all these Miss Rachel songs. She's clearly has all these words, but she doesn't know how to use them. So technically, it is a speech delay, which they can't express. Their expressive language is not there.
It's very minimal.
And they can't really understand what you're saying. And you don't know what they want to say or their needs and stuff like that.
Yeah. So that's the more technical terms of like what we learned about her. But you know what I'm saying? It's all just a learning process. We just kind of learning in her little way, and it's just like, okay, like if we gotta learn like that, let's learn in phrases, and then we just break it down. And honestly, she's been doing so much better, bro. Like
she's been doing a lot better than she was before.
Like now we're getting her to like repeat stuff quicker. Like we could point at stuff and she'll like say it. But the main thing we learn is we kind of have to teach her in a way that's fun to her. I think as parents we get caught up in like teaching them a certain way, but honestly, like we gotta find ways to teach her that she likes. So if it's like, if we gotta sing songs all day, we're gonna sing songs all day. Like clean up, this is us all day. Like if this will get you to do it, hey, like we all for it. So it's a lot of singing, it's a lot of repeat robot type of stuff, like. But you know what I'm saying?
That's how you get your kids to learn. And just like it's just basically like when they say like even when they're like babies and you just kind of narrating everything you're doing. That's really, really important to be speaking to your baby as they're growing and just narrating everything. Like, okay, we're gonna go to the whatever now, and we're gonna do this now. Like basically just narrating everything you're doing.
Yeah. So. Not that we wasn't doing these things, it's just she's just a different type of learner. Yeah. So we have to adjust to.
Not her on the table.
Yo. Oh. Yo.
You trying to jump off the table?
You done your food?
So yeah, y'all, if y'all ever hear her in the background just like, you know, mumbling or not really saying words, just kind of just like saying whatever she's saying. That's why she has a speech delay. As of right now, that's all she has. We don't know what else. You know, she might.
Yeah. Her sentences are funny though, because it's like she'll sneak 2 or 3 words in there that you can understand, but it's just a lot of like for instance, this is how her words are. I wish we had more videos of it, but it's so hard to catch. But it's like, okay, play. It's like when she doesn't know what to say, she'd be like what's that one sentence she'd be saying? She'd be like, this is gonna sound crazy on camera, but she do be like, nigga, 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 nigga.
That's what she be doing. She'd be saying something, then she'd be like, okay.
So it's like, it's crazy though, because she's super chatty though.
Yeah,
it's like, she has the words, y'all. That's another thing. She is so smart. She has the words, she has the letters, she has the sounds, she has the numbers. It's just getting her to apply it and
her expressive language.
Give it back to it.
Kind of comprehending what she needs to say, what we need, you know, whatever.
Like, trust me, like, she knows all her animals, her ABC, she count to 20, like, all of that. She knows different songs, whatever. Like, she is super smart. She plays well. Her pretend play is out of this world. Like, she would take 2 characters and have them talking back and forth. But again, it's not like we can really understand fully what she's saying. It's just, you know, but. Why, mommy? Like, she's been, this is a big step she has taken recently. Like, I'm so proud of this, bro. Well, we are so proud.
Yeah, and another thing is, like, y'all might be like, oh, that's not a big deal, but like, when you have a speech delayed child or any child with some type of developmental, you know, whatever, you think anything they do is like, oh my God, finally you're doing this. Like,
so recently, I think over the past like few days, y'all, we got responses out of her.
Oh, yeah.
This was not a thing before. This was not a thing. We couldn't say like,
are you hungry?
And she said yes or no.
Yeah, she would just be like clueless. Like she didn't really know what we were saying to her.
Yeah. So we got some responses, and I think she's now starting to put it together. And this is why we wanted to wait to get her evaluated, because it's like, okay, maybe she's just taking longer to put it all together. Like maybe this learning style that she has is just going to take her longer. So maybe by the time she turns 3, she's going to have this burst of like words and communication that we're waiting for. And it's like, we right there. We are right there. And it's like so cool to see. And then it's like she learned recently how to throw things in the trash, and y'all, we couldn't get her to do that before.
Yeah, but the only little downfall is that now she just thinks everything goes in the trash, so she just throwing random things in the trash. And it's like, no girl, not your toys, not this, just the trash.
But she doesn't do it like all day long, so it's okay. But here and there we'll catch her like trying to throw a toy in the trash and looking at us so we could clap for her, but it's like, girl.
And it was the same thing too with the getting her respond to her name, because before we like call her Journey, hey, wouldn't respond to her name whatsoever until I started like showing her like Journey, and she would turn around and I would give her like a fruit snack, something positive that she now kind of connects it to, like, okay, if I look, she's gonna give me something, which is a little bribe, man, but it works because now there's times when now we just call her and she just looks because she's now knows that, you know. Yeah. She's not gonna get a fruit snack every time, so.
Yeah. I feel like, you know, every kid learns differently. Some kids can pick up their name and how to do things kind of naturally, and you know what I'm saying? Some kids just can't. You gotta give them a little extra incentive on top of it to get them to do it.
To get them to do stuff.
Yeah, but I will say now she's starting to understand more. Like even earlier, I was kind of shocked. And again, this might not be like a big thing to other people, but to me, it was like big. Like I was like, something went under the couch, and a few minutes later, I was like, Journey, look under the couch. Like, you know, look under the couch for it. And she looked under the couch, and I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
it's the same stuff with repeating too. I was saying something yesterday, and I don't know what it was. But I was like, oh, so pretty, and she was like, so pretty. Yeah. So she like now starting to more. So
yeah, she's always had the phrases though. I will say that. Now she's getting more of the. I think now over the past like week that I've seen, it's like her understanding more of what we're saying that she didn't before. Like before, she would be clueless.
Yeah,
like clueless, like looking at us like, girl, bye, and walk away. Like now she's like making a lot of eye contact, like really trying to figure out what we're talking about, processing it, and like, okay, this is what they're saying. So like, that's honestly a huge step, because if we can just get her to do that, like, I'm cool with yes or no responses. Just give me that.
Yeah, just do something. But what I was gonna say? Oh, another thing, like if you think you have a kid with speech delay or that's not really talking much, don't do everything for them without them even trying to even come up to you or say anything, because we kind of used to do that a lot, where we're like, she wouldn't even say she was hungry, or she wouldn't even go up to the pantry or anything. We just kind of hand things to her and kind of like did everything for her. Start trying to like not do so much for your kid and make them kind of like have to talk, or even just have to guide you to like what they want. Don't so much just like hand them everything.
Get down,
because that will get them to talk more too, and you just kind of like let them.
Get down. It's all about giving them the opportunity to do things. I know a lot of parents are like this, because like, bruh, like of course you want to just spoil your kid and like do things for them, and like you as a parent know what they need, so you like get in the habit of just giving them what they need. But we learned that like sometimes like we just learned that like sometimes we just kind of gotta ignore her until she like comes to us and gives us something, like whether it's taking our hand there or like saying something, like, you know what I'm saying? We can't just give you everything, because then it's just never going to give you the opportunity to do it. So yeah, it's a lot of progress that we made. She can pull her pants up now and take her shirt on and off. So you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things she's been doing that's great in these past couple months. High five.
Progressing.
Progressive people. Yeah, you gotta get some water though. Y'all, she just ate and she got all this stuff in her. Yeah, it's not that bad anymore. Alright. Y'all, we just gonna let her come into the last part. Y'all, if y'all see something in her teeth, okay, she just had bread, so don't be playing my baby. But
why, mommy?
Okay, we're just gonna let y'all hear a little bit so y'all can kinda.
What are you doing? No. Get down.
No.
High five. Yay!
See, as y'all can tell, she's saying the phrases. She's like, we can do it, let's go. Like,
let's do it, let's do it, we can do it, we can do it, stop, yeah.
It's a great example, yo.
Yeah.
She has different character voices as well. Yeah, that's that. Anything else you got to add?
Not that I can think of.
So yeah, y'all, I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's that. So if, you know what I'm saying, if y'all see her and stuff and she's a little babblish and, you know, that's why. And I know she looks super big for her age because she is.
She is big for her age.
She's the size of a
tall.
4-year-old. So
I don't know about a 4-year-old. I would say like a 3.
No, she's the size of a 4-year-old. That's what they said, the doctors.
Girl.
That's what I'm going with.
I feel like a 4-year-old's a lot bigger than that. But
Well, today's. Are we talking about today's or the other generation?
Well, I don't know, but I don't.
Because today's kids is big. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But she is like tall and stuff for her age.
Yeah.
But
So I think
obviously,
I-
like I'm tall, so.
I think a lot of people look at her and expect her to do things, but it's like you also have to remember she's only 2.5. Yeah. So I mean, same for us, like, you know. But to end it off, she's getting the help she needs. We're doing the best we can as her parents. I think we're doing a great job. Okay, it's all about progression. She will get there. We will update y'all. Maybe we'll do like a monthly update, and then maybe we'll even try to get like some really good videos of her progress, and then that way we can actually like show y'all the progress, because I know it's probably hard for y'all to know, but
Anyways, y'all, that will be the end of today's video. We're gonna get out of here because Jenny acting a fool right now. But yeah, y'all, like this video, subscribe, all that, and we'll be back with more videos.
yeah, y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all for watching. Catch y'all in the next video.